Every generation has an it girl. The woman who seems to have cracked life. She's magnetic, socially effortless, always invited, always admired. From the outside, it looks like pure confidence. But if you watch closely, the it girl is often managing something invisible, not just attention, pressure. A friend of mine once dated someone who looked like she had everything. Huge social circle, thousands of followers, always at the right parties. If you only saw her Instagram, you'd assume she was incredibly secure. But I remember sitting at dinner with them once. Her phone lit up with a notification. She glanced down for half a second, and in that tiny moment, you could see the calculation. Who liked it, who didn't, whether another girl had posted something better that night. Later, she said something surprisingly honest. She said, "Sometimes I feel like if I stop performing, I'll disappear." That line stayed with me because it reveals something most people misunderstand about social power. What people call an it girl isn't just beauty, it's attention capital. And attention is a strange currency. It's liquid, it moves quickly, and it's incredibly sensitive to comparison. Psychologists studying contingent self-esteem have found that when someone's identity depends heavily on appearance or social approval, their emotional stability becomes more fragile. Not because they're shallow, because the scoreboard never stops updating. Every post, every interaction, every new person entering the room. If your value lives there, you're constantly auditing yourself. There's another dynamic most people miss. When someone becomes socially elevated, the feedback they receive changes. People stop interacting normally. Some admire them, some compete with them, some quietly hope they fall. Sociologists studying social hierarchy call this status vigilance. The higher someone rises socially, the more they must constantly read the room to maintain position, which is exhausting. In fact, one of the most interesting things I've seen over the years is that the women who seem the most relaxed socially aren't the ones chasing the it girl identity. They're the ones who built multiple forms of capital: social capital, emotional capital, and something I call structural capital: skills, competence, income streams, purpose, things that don't fluctuate with a post. I actually break this framework down more deeply in a guide I made on identity capital and modern status dynamics. I'll link it below if you're curious. The hidden trade-off. The it girl archetype sells a very specific fantasy: beauty, attention, ease. But attention is the most unstable currency in the modern world. Algorithms shift, social circles evolve, youth changes. If your identity is built entirely on being the center of attention, what happens when the spotlight rotates? That's why some of the most grounded people you meet aren't the most visible ones. They're the ones who diversified their identity early. The truth is, the it girl is rarely what she seems. From the outside, she looks powerful, but internally, she may be negotiating an invisible contract: stay desirable, stay admired, stay relevant, or risk becoming replaceable. The healthiest confidence works differently. It doesn't rely on attention, it relies on depth. And the real flex in life isn't becoming the most watched person in the room, it's becoming the person who doesn't need the room watching at all.